He can't do anything. He literally can't do anything. He can't use the super move, he can't use his abilities, he can do nothing to hurt me.
This is the future.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvaldo Green here, and Soul Raids are back, and I have to do something that I don't really like, and that's fighting Emerald Green Lantern. So I thought I'd share this experience with you, and I'll walk you through what I'm doing. I have done in the past guides on Emerald Green Lantern. This will be a more casual video, though I'm going to show you something that I showed previously, and that's an infinite combo that you can do on Darkseid to prevent his super move. I'm going to do it here on Emerald Green Lantern, and we'll see how that does and if that yields damage, and I'll walk you through the pips that I do, and we'll have a little bit of a talk about them. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for the first fight, the team setup is going to be Dr. Fate with Kinflant Sakoman and with Shazam. And I'm going to try to do the infinite combo that I was doing on Darkseid to prevent him from doing the super move, because you kind of put yourself in a situation that's not the most optimal situation, but at least you got the guarantee that your enemy will not do anything, because there's a much more simple infinite combo with Kinflant Sakoman and Shazam, but and that requires much less preparation, let's say, and it's much easier to pull off. But the problem with that is that it relies on the tagging combos working, so he can interrupt your tagging combo. I'm going to show you something that cannot fail the tagging combo. We're going to take him to all the way to the right of the screen with Dr. Fate with the firebox on. You don't need to have a firebox on for this one to work, but you need to get him in the right corner, so that might be a problem. You can also use Shazam for this, but he also needs to have a firebox for this to work. You use the special one, and then you swipe right to Shazam and do this until he's at the right corner. As you can see here, I got my Confluent Sakoman in. I attack 3 times, swipe right, and do a special tree, and then tagging Shazam without a swipe right. Now he's over here, he's ready for his super move, and what I'm going to do is actually only use special ones with Shazam, because I don't have enough power to tagging him Plant Sacrament to do a special tree himself. This is going to be a very low start, and it might seem like I'm losing a lot of damage over here, and to be fair, I most likely am. Most likely I'm going to go back to the Hellboy strategy after this one, links to that in the description, but this is still worth taking a look at, because I can afford trying out other strategies, because I got Firebox and Apocalypse artifacts, but if you don't have pretty much anything, this will guarantee you at the very least the 3 special trees. So over here I tag Confluent Sakoman into a swipe right, step 3 times, swipe right, tap 3 times, and then tag Shazam straight into a special one. The goal of this is 2 things. First of all, you should not finish your combos in a swipe right before you tag in a character, and the second goal of this is to go straight into a special attack. That way, you'll not be able to use special attacks, you'll not be able to do the super move, you'll not be able to do literally anything. The only problem with this is the power, because to keep up the combo going with Shazam you're going to constantly need power, and you are wasting power while waiting for power to generate so you can tag Confluent Sakoman. It works far better in the last minute of the fight, but as I said, at the very least this is going to guarantee that you're going to squeeze in those 3 special trees. I'm going to squeeze in more than 3 special trees, I'm going to get to max stacks with King, but yeah. For me at the very least, because I got decently built characters, I don't think this is the most optimal way to go about things, but for you it might be a very reliable way to get through this fight. You can see I got to full stacks, going to squeeze in our special tree and then hopefully a super move. Special tree, hitting him a little bit, tagging Shazam, and over here I think I rushed it a little bit. I should have stayed with Shazam in a little bit more, and King did not have enough power to go straight into a super move, and I panicked and pressed the special 2, and he's not going to do a super move this fight. Sadly, I lost, I think, a super move with Fireball. I think I lost around 1.5 million damage because I did not do super move, but yeah, anyway. Now the other strategy that I use over here is Black Adam with John Stewart Green Lantern. Just your Green Lantern is going to negate the secondary effect of the hazards that are on the ground. So what does that mean? It means that I'll no longer get power drained. I'll still get damaged by the ones that do damage, but I'll no longer get power drained. And as I'll use Black Adam as a damage dealer because he can work well in the left corner, because that's where the power drain hazard is going to be. And the Horrific Scarecrow, I mean, I put him over here because I'm going to use the power reduction character for Silver Banshee. And I only have two of them, sadly. One goes with King, one goes with Silver Banshee. And Horrific Scarecrow is going to make him take longer to use abilities. Of course, if you're not using Silver Banshee, you should put the power reduction character in the place of Horrific Scarecrow. But for the time being, this will do. So this is pretty much the plan of the entire fight. You stay in the left corner and you just power drain his ass. You'll struggle with the strategy a little bit at the beginning of the fight yet again, like in the first 50 seconds or so, but then you really pick up the pace and you're going to have a lot of fun. And you should tag in and out if you are using the All Blades, like if you're on the first difficulty or something. You should tag in and out if you're using the All Blades, and you should be far more careful. I can afford to get hit because I got the Firebox right now, and I don't need to tag in and out because I got the Firebox yet again. So yeah, if you're using Apocalypse artifacts, just stay in the fight. If you're using the All Blades, you kinda need to tag in and out. I'll try not to get through that hazard over there. There's a hazard that's going to deal dot damage. Like, I'm going to try to avoid it for the time being, but near the end of the fight you'll see that I'll go for it, through it, because I don't care. I got the Firebox to kill me for the last seconds, but I can't tank hazards for the entire fight though. Tagged Horrific Scarecrow here to tank the super move. Going back again after I use my super move, back in the safe corner. Yet again, I'm waiting for him to kind of do jump attacks before I can do the special tree. Like, if you're using the All Blades, you don't need to engage a combo, just go for straight for the special tree. If you're using Firebox, I mean, it's worth doing some basic attacks because the increase in basic attacks is going to be pretty high. Actually, no, I just used the super move with Black Adam. We are in the middle because of his super move. And now we're kind of in the end game, the last minute of the fight, and on one hand I'm going to always be with enough energy to use my special tree, and on the other hand I don't really care if I lose HP now because the Firebox will carry me through the rest of the fight. So I'm going to freely go through the hazards from this point. You shouldn't do this if you are unsure that you'll survive. But yeah, this was not the most optimal pick for Black Adam because power reduction character was not present. He kind of missed that power girl booty, but what can he do? Backing off, re-engaging the combo, using a special tree, all that good stuff. Firebox healing kicking in. That was a mistake. That ranged attack was a mistake. At this point I'm using ranged attacks. Actually I don't use ranged attacks ever, and I'm at the point where I don't even know how do you set them up or what you press to do them, but I guess something with backing and tapping. But yeah, 6.2, almost 6.3. Not terrible, not much. And right now we're going to use the Silver Banshee against Horrific Scarecrow, and I included this pip in here because I wanted to let you know, guys, that one of the worst things you can do, at the very least in difficulties that are above normal, like in heroic ones, it's using themes on Emerald Green Lantern that are not meant to be used on Emerald Green Lantern. Like, yeah, I could use Silver Banshee if I had a high level Mega Rod staying in the left corner, but I don't. So I'm not going to use Silver Banshee there, because she does not perform well there without that artifact. So I'm going to instead go to the tier 4 sub-boss and start working on them so the damage is not lost. Like, don't get me wrong, if you really need every single last bit of damage you can get to kill Emerald Green Lantern, go for it. But I don't need to. I'll eventually kill him in those 2 weeks with only Conflant Sakoman and the team, and as well Black Adam. And right here I'm trying a strategy with Silver Banshee. I think it's going to be pretty effective once I get the hang of it. Like, I tagged Reverse Flash over here for a little bit, but eventually I'll try to just stay in the fight with Silver Banshee and do my thing while combo interrupting him. And after using after chaining into a combo, or after I finish a combo, it's pretty easy to combo interrupt him, but it's a little bit harder to combo interrupt him after using an ability, so I'll fail quite a few times. But for someone that has perfect gameplay, this is totally possible. So yeah, I think Silver Banshee can really be played as a solo character in fights that can be combo interrupted. I think that gameplay can yield more damage. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to really prove it in this one, since my gameplay is lackluster and I'll get combo interrupted every time. Like when you're trying to combo interrupt with Horrific Scarecrow, you need to block his basic attack and then do your basic attack immediately after. The only problem with that is that you kind of get screwed up with the timing, because if you interrupt him after your basic attack is going to be one timing, and if you interrupt him after using one of your abilities is going to be another timing, so that can kind of get mixed up in your head. Over there I should have used the special tree, I got greedy and actually I did interrupt him for a third time. Proud of myself, I might say, did not expect that. And yeah, that should ideally be how the entire fight goes, but of course it does not go like that. Also, it's a bit different depending on the character. Like I'm used to interrupting Horrific Scarecrow with something like a Kinflan Sacrament that's got a much faster attack and a longer reach attack. And with King I can kind of interrupt him from anywhere in the map. With Silver Banshee it seems like he kind of needs to be in the corner to be able to be interrupted, because Silver Banshee does not really have a long reach attack. Over here he used a special 1, special 2 unfortunately, and my abilities are disabled. Okay, using a special 3 over here. I mean, it's not the worst pip, will yield more damage than Black Adam, of course, because Silver Banshee is a better character for raids and soul raids. Even though she's just 4 stars, that's what is dragging her down. Also in terms of disabling the enemy's abilities, it's hurting me that it's 4 stars, because I got a lower percentage chance to disable abilities when I use an ability. So yeah, this is going to be the last special tree of the fight. Or is it? Yeah, it is. So yeah, this is the damage. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.